Hey everybody! Welcome to the Naked and Famous Denim live stream, the best live stream on the internet. I want to thank you guys for tuning in every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We already got a ton of people in the chat, which I love to see. We're going to be, of course, answering your questions, talking about upcoming products. We got a whole bunch of announcements, a whole bunch of news, some parties that are going to be going on, sale that's happening starting tomorrow, so you definitely want to stick around for the details to that, and much, much more. We always have a great time here on the live stream. I'm Garrett. This is Terry.
Hello. Welcome.
So a lot of people in the chat early talking amongst themselves. We got BD, Shang Style, Pedro, KMX. I never know how to say this guy's name. Azurtoro.
That's my
Canadian
guess.
Penny, Solvents, Scott, Cheddar, Buttersworth, Thomas, Super Dave. Thanks, guys, for coming and joining in to the chat early. If you're not watching this live, definitely try to watch live because it's a lot of fun in the chat. You can ask questions, talk amongst yourself, and
This way you get the freshest live stream experience.
Before we start, though,
yes,
please like the live stream.
like and
if you haven't already, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching this, what are you doing? You're just being a silly Billy.
Silly Billy.
So today we're going some conservative drinks. Last time we went a little bit harder. We had the scotch, the champagne. We had a little bit of a party. If you weren't there, well, you missed out. But today, I'm drinking Sonia.
Big old glass of
I wonder if my name will ever be on one of these.
Diet Sonia.
I've never bought a drink with my
Is
name
that the
on
zero? The zero.
This is Coke Zero.
Yeah.
But it just says Sonia. Sonia? Anyways, of course, in the finest of drinking vessels, the milk glass mug. What are you drinking, Terry?
I finished my root beer, so I'm going with the good old reliable there. I got the Guru, Montreal, local to us.
I bet you people who watch this who travel to Montreal, they're gonna buy Guru when they come because they don't have it locally. They can't try it.
I know other parts of Canada. I'm sure Eastern Canada has this, but I'm pretty sure it may be exclusive to the Great White North. Who knows if we get it down in the States.
Speaking of which, we got a cool snack time up here, which
that's right.
We're pretty sure it's exclusive. It's definitely not in the U.S. We don't think.
My guess is that it was a Commonwealth snack.
Yes,
a Commonwealth snack.
So we got that coming up as well. Oh, Thomas, he says he's got an F84W he purchased because of me. Awesome, yeah.
Great choice.
Did you go to Japan to get it, or did you buy it online or something? Because I waited to go to Japan to get it just because. They're quite cheap. They're like, I don't know, $15-$20 or something. Here, I think you have to pay more just because it's kind of an import. Speaking of Casio, speaking of G-Shocks, watch check. I'm wearing the GMWB 5000
They don't make it easy.
One. You know, it's useful because, like, we start, you know why we start the live stream on time? It's because we're looking. Terry's, like, running around like, you got 20 seconds. And I know that it's accurate, like, to the second because it says received. It received
Likewise,
the update
I got my
last
received
night.
there. I got the old Ironside, the GWM 5600. Yeah, they don't have the easiest names to remember, you know, not quite like some other, like, luxury watches. But, you know, the G-Shocks, they have the square faces. Then you can kind of describe it by, like, I guess the material. The square face with the metal made in Japan, or the rubber band, or all metal, or like gold, or
if you don't know already, we have G-Shocks at Tatanyoko, and they've been selling quite well. Shout out to Kit, by the way. Kit is a real one. He knows what's good.
Yeah, thank you, Kit.
He already picked up two
G-Shocks.
Two G-Shocks, one like mine, which sold out, but I'm getting more in, and probably next week we should have more of these. And then he got one of the Casios, the one with the blue dial. So no one else is going to get that one now because it's sold out. I was only able to get one. So now the full steel with the blue dial, it's gone. But we're getting in a few more made in Japan models probably next week. One of my all-time favorites is coming. And I convinced Terry to get one.
You pre-sold me.
Max is going to get one. Like we're basically all going to be wearing. I already have one. I paid full price for mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. So that's coming next week. Enough G-Shock talk.
Yeah.
Let's get to the news. So last week we did a giveaway. I think we gave away 10 prizes, or like 10 sets of prizes.
10 or 11, something around like that, yeah.
And so, of course, we shipped out all the items. So if you didn't receive an email, sorry, you didn't win. But there will be a next time, I guarantee. But I just wanted to announce the winners, just the first names.
If you did win, I did send you an email telling you that you won and what you won with your tracking number.
So the winners were Sean, John, William, Brendan, Gary, Nathan, I don't know how to say this, Prisciliano.
That works.
Jake, Kevin, and Carol. So thanks for...
Congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for entering. Thanks for tuning in. It was a big success. I had a lot of fun. I know a lot of people watched. And yeah, we're going to wait till 300th episode. And, we'll see what happens
More
then.
Prizes. Yeah.
By the way, though, actually, we have the 100th episode of This Week at Tate and Yoko is coming up very, very shortly.
Okay.
And I haven't even decided what we're going to do. I don't know. I don't know how to mark the occasion. More giveaway? No. I don't know. I'm not sure. What should we do? If you guys had some ideas, let me know in the chat. I'm curious.
Yeah. What should we do for 100 episodes of This Week at Tate and Yoko?
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like it's such a momentum. It's 2 years, over 2 years, or about 2 years.
We were there from the beginning.
Yeah. All right.
Unlike, I mean, for the live stream, I guess, we kind of picked up the torch from Bezat and Risa and kept running.
Yeah, go watch This Week at Tate and Yoko episode 1. It is not as smooth as the newer ones, I will say that for sure. Yeah,
the prize, my shot jacket, not the B3, not the 375. I like that one, too.
They want Terry's jacket specifically as broken in by Terry?
Maybe the P-coat, I don't know.
Okay, we'll answer a few questions, and then we got to get to the sale information, 2 events we got to talk about. If we miss your question, try to ask it again. Okay.
Yeah, sale question over here. Let's work our way down. Okay, yeah, there we go.
Scroll down a little bit more.
Leather care for your wallets?
You can oil them, but it's almost not necessary.
Yeah, like
unless they're like really dry and you've been, I don't know what you're doing to your wallet, but like you can put a little bit of B seal on there or equivalent.
Never, this is my card holder. It hasn't seen like any TLC at all aside from like my thighs. This has been like sandwiched between my thighs.
Yeah, mine has gotten the shell cordovan. I feel like you really have to do nothing, because it's just that good. So
yeah, I think it is
what else we got in here?
Okay, yeah, there we go. We got a lot of people there. Oh yeah, this is topical. Ivory Shoes writes, in honor of the Death Stranding 2 release, which is all over the news, the video game news.
I don't know what that is.
Dope to have a Death Stranding Kojima collab with a timefall chiral aging effect in the denim. Any fellow Kojima Knights at Team Y. So, Death Stranding 2, latest game from renowned video game auteur.
Oh, is that the foot thing?
That's not the foot thing? What? No.
I thought it's a Japanese guy and he like did an animation with a foot thing. I saw some meme about it.
I don't know about the foot thing, but it's like Norman Reedus.
I think I know.
Norman Reedus. Anyway, Hideo Kojima.
How do you spell it?
Death, D-E-A, like death as in to die.
How do you spell his name?
H-I-D-E-O.
Kojima?
E-O, yeah, Kojima. Anyway, he makes rave. He did all the Metal Slugs and Death Stranding 1, of course, Death Stranding 2, which are getting great reviews. I don't have a PlayStation, but I might pick it up on PC. So, the first one came on PC.
Yeah, man. I'm not lying.
Does he have like a Tarantino-esque foot thing?
There's a foot animation.
Oh, that's a bit weird.
That's how I know about this. I'm not going to put this on the screen. You can look it up yourself.
So Kojima's a little bit of an auteur. He's just a huge cinema nerd, and I don't know if we can make a collab there because they're just a bit too niche there. I don't really know
there's
how
some
that would go.
Crazy stuff going on.
Watch Garrett just find out about Death Stranding here. He's getting weirded out. It is a weird game.
I don't think this is for me.
It's probably not your type of game.
Nah.
But I think it's really cool, and I'm happy that games like this do exist. So yeah, I'm a big gaming nerd. I'll talk about video games all day. So I guess we'll have to move on from there, or else you won't shut me up.
Thomas says, some nice black fades on the Challenger hat. Do you have Challenger ammo near you? I feel like it's a local thing.
They do export it.
They do?
Yeah,
to U.S.?
I'm sure they do.
Oh, really?
I'm sure they do.
Well, it's our own hometown. It's just down the street.
Down the street.
We get a good price, honestly. It's not that expensive. DJ Fresh. Oh, hold on. This is someone's. You guys are talking too much.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to. Okay, so MIJ 15 or workforce release date. We will get to that later.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think that's most of the questions. Oh, price or ballpark price on the Double Fox. I don't remember. Send us an email.
Yeah, just.
I don't have it off the top of my head. Send email. Vinny will get it, and he can ask me, or I'll tell him what it is. Okay.
Can you use scalp?
Garrett is super into feet. I guess no, I'm not. I'm not at all.
He's an anti-footite.
I mean, you do you, but it's not for me. I'll tell you that much.
You and yeah, I guess the Kojima and Tarantino could like hang out at the same.
I
clubs.
love Tarantino films, but not for that reason. And I think most people would agree with me.
Yeah.
If you guys watched there, we made a few Tarantino jokes in the video, the Japan video, like at least 2.
They write themselves.
Because
so
we're in Foot Town, remember?
Yeah. They write themselves.
Yeah. Okay. So next up, we have to talk about some of the parties. Oh,
yeah,
man, people are gonna think we planned this. So we have 2 events coming up shortly. The first one, if you are in Paris,
yes.
you're in Paris.
Paris, France, in Europe. By the way.
Yeah, in Europe. Brandon is gonna be at the Royal Cheese for some denim origami.
Yeah.
So from 5 till 7 or 8-ish, he'll be there, and if you buy a pair of jeans or whatever, he'll fold you some denim origami, and then from, what does it say here? Later they're gonna have drinks and onigiri. I don't know if Brandon's gonna be there until 10 p.m. So I'd say go earlier if you want to meet him, if you want to talk to him. If you just want to go for drinks and onigiri, maybe you can show up later. I'd just say show up early if you can. So that's at the Royal Cheese, 133 Rue Terune. It's in Paris. You look it up. If you're in Paris, you already know how to get there. Speaking of Paris, that's where Tammy and Sandro and Gigi and Brandon are in. So yeah, that's what they're there for. Oh wait, what is this? Royale with cheese?
The Royale with cheese. Yeah, we had to slip that one in there.
So go to the Royal Cheese. Go talk denim with your fellow French denim buddies and Brandon. You can speak French to Brandon. He speaks French.
Just fine. Yeah, you can speak French, you can speak English, you can speak Hebrew.
A little bit. You can speak some Japanese.
Some Japanese.
Just a little bit.
Just a skoshi dake.
Just enough to make it sound like he can speak Japanese.
Yeah.
Honto?
He really puts like all his passion and emotion into it.
Yeah.
That's what matters. He sells it.
Yes.
Sells it. Okay, cool.
So the second party I want to announce, which may apply to a few more of you, is we will be in New York City for... Basically, we're going to be there on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, but we're going to have a party on the 23rd. So it's going to be just like usual. Come to the store, 123 Grand Street, Soho, Naked Famous Denim Store, 7 p.m. We're going to have a party. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be Japanese beer. There's going to be snacks. Maybe some hard alcohol. Maybe some Japanese whiskey. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of denim heads. So you definitely want to come up. I'll probably shoot like a little video, maybe interview some people, see what people are wearing, and all that.
Cool, just
so if you want to be on the YouTube channel, you want to show off your rare jeans, your cool fits, whatever, be there, and I can interview you.
That's right. You guys who got the disco jacket or like maybe an MIJ 8 jacket or something like that. Like
I don't know, something rare.
Yeah,
bring
something
something I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Impressive.
So yeah, New York City. That's July 23rd, 7 p.m. Be there.
Yes.
We'll see who shows up. Okay, so next up, we got any questions here? And I'm going to get to the sale.
The people are never going to let you forget the foot stuff. I think it's pretty funny. We started. Oh, God. No feet stuff. Please. Oh, great. I think someone asked if there was, actually, I think it was answered in the chat, that was there like an elephant version of the natural indigo? And it's kind of like, yes, I would say maybe the Elephant 9. That was like the wild elephant.
It wasn't natural indigo, though.
No?
It was just a lighter blue.
It was lighter blue. It was a great
That is a good thing that we could do in the future. If you want, and this is not natural indigo, but I feel like it has a similar look once it's faded. today we just released the Unbranded brand wide fit in the 21 ounce. So if you're looking like right this second, you want an elephant weight jean. The Unbranded brand is the way to go because we got pretty much a full restock on all the sizes. We got the wide fit now, which is essentially the Strong Guy, and they fade fast. I'm talking like within months, 6 months to a year, they're gonna be completely faded out.
Yeah, they can't not fade them. Like they shed indigo.
Yeah, it just wants to leave immediately. So, yeah, that would be my recommendation. And yeah,
and it's in the cool new wide fit, which is it's nice and loose.
You should be. I wonder how much shipping you're gonna have to do tomorrow, Terry. To all these wide fit orders.
I'm not really looking forward to it, but I know it's pretty popular. I know they've been moving there, but yeah, of course, this is an unbranded product, so we're always going to keep it in stock. If it runs out of stock, there is more coming, guaranteed.
Okay, so you said men overalls were coming back. Cheddar Butterworth says, is there a timeline on that? My timeline on that is don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't want it to happen. Trust me, I'm a big overalls fan.
It's like we have been doing work.
I was working directly with our older pattern maker who's still kind of around, and she, I don't know, it was stalled for like a year, and we kind of reignited the flames, and we made a sample, but it wasn't quite right, and we want to make sure everything's perfect. So I'm not gonna put out a product that I'm not 100% satisfied with. And so we're going to make another sample, do another revision, try that out, and if it's good, we'll go from there. But it's not like the most pressing thing, but we do want to make it happen, and I want it to be good. So
we're going to do it right, and there are resources being allocated to it. It hasn't been shelved or on the back burner or anything. It's just
it's
slower.
It's in process.
Yeah.
So timeline, if I had to make a guess, I'd say realistically at least another 6 months to a year, because for the collections it gets planned way ahead. So unfortunately I hope that's not the answer.
But we're gonna do it and we'll do it right. We'll do it right and not not gonna half bake it.
Exactly. No half baked stuff.
Okay, maybe MIJ 16 expect to be the fall or winter release. I know it's happening. I think is it officially fall winter? We never really give official dates for MIJs because they kind of come.
They come when they come, and they're not really part of the seasonal collection. So if you were to meet us at a trade show and you see the whole seasonal collection, they're not part of that. They're not part of fall, winter, or part of spring, summer. Of course we're going to release it during one of those times, but it's not part of those things. It's kind of in its own little collection.
Its own little world.
So MIJ 16 is which one? That's the
one that's coming in
the
Strong
heavier
Guy.
one.
Yeah,
right?
it will.
So it'll be in fall winter. I believe.
Fall winter 25.
Yeah, it should be sometime fall winter.
Yeah, sometimes before the man in the red suit squeezes down the chimneys.
Yes.
Here we go. A quick question, Clark.
Speaking of which,
we'll go to that. We'll
just switch gears here for a second. Speaking of MIJs, MIJ 15. This is the big Kahuna. It's not heavy. It's not that heavy, but it is
so fancy.
It is so fancy. We showed it off before, so I'm not going to go too crazy into the details. But this is going to be the next MIJ, and it's probably going to be in a month or less that I plan to drop it. But yeah, it is just beautiful. Look at that natural indigo. How do you say natural indigo in Japanese?
Natural indigo.
Irizume or something? No, how do you say it?
Aizome?
Aizome, that's what it is. Aizome. And then we have the kakishibu brown weft. Woo!
So nice. These are, in terms of looking nice, premium, I kind of really like these. I really want these. They are not cheap, but they are so nice.
These tick all the boxes.
So nice.
These will ruin you.
So nice.
Shell cordovan leather patch. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
The most deluxe.
Once you go to this, you'll never go back. You'll be stuck buying $800 jeans for the rest of your life.
Yes, and yes, Sam Selvedge, even though these have been tempe treated, which is basically they've seen water, they've been kind of gently washed and air dried. They are still kind of
They're a little stiff.
They have a little stiff.
They're not like crispy, but they're definitely not like soft.
Body. They are al dente. Yeah, these jeans are al dente. Yeah. Easily holding up under their
Could
their
I
own weight.
spin it? Woo!
Not quite.
Like a basketball?
It's like $800 pair of jeans. Let's throw that in the back. Yeah. Anyway.
So yeah, MIJ 15 coming soon.
Yes. That's good. It's coming really, really soon. I really, really like that. I have to. Yeah, I can't tempt myself that one. Clark Elliott, I have to ask for a clarification. Says, am I going to grab the ND5? But I don't know what an ND5 is.
I don't know what an ND5 is.
I know what an ND is. It's a version of the Mazda Miata.
I thought it's a neutral density filter.
Yeah, neutral density filter. Or
number 5-stop neutral density filter.
A Mazda Miata, the ND, so.
No, I don't. You're a little big for a Miata, I think.
I am a little bit big for a Miata, but I would like to.
I'd probably fit great in a Miata.
You know what? I want to do a car swap. I'm car shopping maybe for next spring.
You want a V8, don't you?
I want two things, people. I want two things. I want a manual transmission, and I want a V8. Almost everything else is okay.
Do trucks count?
Oh yeah, and no rust.
Oh, that's gonna limit.
Yeah.
And what are you willing to trade?
What am I willing to trade?
Your Subaru?
I might keep if it's a nice, like a summer car, then I keep this a summer car and keep the Subaru as a winter car.
You said you wanted to trade though.
Well, maybe that trade.
Trade for money?
Maybe add, or maybe add to the collection.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So it's
like
not a trade.
A 1970 like F250 that's not rest of the pieces is basically like a priceless museum piece now. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, would I drive a 1970s F250? Yeah, cool. It's extremely cool. But like a manual V8 version, one of those is basically like it'd be easier for me to buy a Lamborghini.
It would be. You can go, it would be. They have tons of those at the dealership.
Yeah, it would be easy. I could walk in and buy a Lamborghini now, like the 70s, like F250 manual with like a big diesel V8 or something that's unobtainium. So
we were just talking about this today. Like the truck that I want.
I want to show off. It's like a used fleet.
This is like my dream pickup that I want to buy here.
Let's see if
I have to. Oh no.
Oh man, I'm gonna shrink the window.
Look what you did.
Oh Lord Almighty.
Anyways,
it's been cut off. I have to imagine that this truck has two wheels
Terry,
that you can't see.
You screwed up, Terry.
No. I got this. I got this.
He put the thing below.
Hold it. I got it. Oh, Lord.
You don't got it.
I don't got it.
He don't got it. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Like a mid-2000s, 2005 F-250 with the plastic grill in white specifically and the cheapest trim.
The cheapest trim.
I don't know. I know these are like...
You want the sun-faded plastic grill?
These are highly stealable. The easiest to steal of all vehicles. But... there's something about this truck that I used to have an Expedition. The Eddie Bauer edition. So, black.
People say you're censoring the truck speed. No. Oh, yeah, and answer our question. Preston Noonan with 3 on the tree. No, I don't want 3 on the tree. I want 4 on the floor.
You know, I have 5 on the floor.
Or 5 on the floor. 5 is much better. But, you know, they used to say 3 on the tree or 4 on the floor.
That 4 on the floor is dance music.
Oh, yeah,
1, 2,
it's a
3,
music.
4.
It's a musical signature. Yes, there's also that there. But
yes.
Yeah, that's a little bit of car and truck talk. So yes, I'm looking for a manual V8, a fun one.
If anybody wants to donate me a white Fleet Ford F-250.
Does it have to be 4-wheel drive or can it be rear-wheel drive?
Oh, 2-wheel drive's fine.
Oh man!
You know what would be even better is with the inset wheels because it's for high rail, like the railroad, so it's like less stable and the wheels are even more narrow.
Extra tippy over.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh man, with a high rail on it.
Oh
that would
man,
be sweet.
yeah, just for quick little shortcuts.
You just hop on the rails and go.
Yeah, put the high vis on, and then no one's gonna doubt you.
No one's gonna. Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to topic.
Back the jeans.
We're losing concurrent viewers.
We're losing people. Back the jeans. Back the jeans.
Okay, so we said we were going to talk about the Canada Day sale, basically the summer sale that we got running. It starts tomorrow and it runs till July.
It starts tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's June 27th.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I'm not ready.
Well,
I'm not ready. Okay, let's go for it. Sale time.
it's sale time. You should have known. And it runs till July 7th. So I'm telling you guys now, we haven't put the deals on yet, but actually I forget if I talked to Chris whether he's going to do it, whether the deals are going on at midnight or if they're going on when we get in the morning. Anyways, if you are really, really keen to get in on the deals, check at like 12:05 Eastern time, and some of the deals may already be live if you want to take advantage early of that. All of the fall winter 24, so everything from like Christmas and before is going to be 20% off first markdown. So all that stuff, there's actually not a whole lot left, but if there was something in there, there's still some like Halloween jeans. There's some good stuff, to be honest.
A couple Halloween ones.
In there, and it's all going to be 20% off, so time to take advantage of that. We're going to have 15% off some of our third-party brands. So that would be Anonymousism, Chamula, Epperson, Erostica, Found Feather, In Situ, Munka, Raised by Wolves, Upside Stock, and Yucatan. And we already have 20% off G-Shocks.
Watch the video.
Use the code I love G-Shocks.
I love G-Shocks.
To get 20% off. It's even better than 15% off. But it's not going to stack. There's no stacking discounts, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be deals on those. But wait, there's more. There's more, okay? So basically, the 20% off is going to become 30% off. The 40% off becomes 50% off. And then for 60% off, we got even more deals. We're going to be adding more stuff to the sales section. So lots of good deals to be had. I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yeah, at New York store, it's pretty much goes the same. All the fall winter 24 that's left over is going to be 20% off, and then 20% off becomes 30% off, 40 becomes 50% off, 60% off new items. For New York, there's probably none.
Yeah, they have less.
They don't really have much sales stuff because their warehouse and their physical space is just so small. So we usually bring all this stuff back to Tateinoko. So if you want the real deals, shop at Tateinoko.
Yeah, that New York rent is real.
It is expensive. And even it's just physically small. Like it just, unless you're like J. Crew or something,
which we are not, thankfully.
You don't have that much space. So not a lot of sales stuff down there.
Yeah, so that'd be cool. So this is, of course, celebrating Canada Day and the 4th of July. So that's kind of why we have like the Can Americana or the
What day is Canada Day?
It is on the 1st of July. So that's going to be Tuesday next week for all of you Canadians who forgot or non-Canadians who just want to know. That's the 1st of July, and then just wait a couple of days later, you have the 4th of July, so it's quite the old double whammy. Why not have both? Make a big event of it. Celebrate North America. Maybe one day, when is the Mexican National Day? Like a giant North American.
I don't know. I think China is also July 1st.
Is
right?
it really?
Pretty sure. Because like in Hong Kong...
Who knows?
National Chinese Day.
Oh, you're on images there. Yeah, you'll never know. Founding of the Communist Party. Well, the less said, the better.
Yeah, so it used to be a holiday in Hong Kong, too.
Yeah,
well, it still is. So, yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering why so many of the, like, national holidays, it seems, are always around July 1st. Maybe it's just because it's a good time during the summer.
It's easy to remember. You can't go wrong. It's easy to remember. July 1st, yeah. Anyway, a quick thank you to you guys who jumped in the chat and pointed out what the ND5 is. The next Rose, Anvil, and Nixed collab. So an indestructible series. That sounds kind of cool. If I wear those boots, I'll be protected from Garrett's prying eyes and his feet fetishes.
Do you know how many boots I have?
Yes,
if there's anything, it's a boots fetish.
It's a boot fetish.
Which is also not a thing.
That's
it is
cool.
a thing. I used to work in boots, and I knew people some of the customers were a little bit freaky about the boots. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
The leather world.
Yeah, but I'm not buying those boots. I don't think Terry's buying those boots.
No.
I love Nyx. I love Rose Anvil, but like even my Wesco Job Masters and the Wesco Boss, they're already like quite heavy and thick, and like I think the Nyx ones are like even more heavy, even more thick, even more nails, more lil. It's like overkill for me, and I'm like a boot guy.
I do wonder how many people's out there like a big Pacific, like, you know, a Pacific logging boot, and just like, hey man, like this boot just wears out too quickly. But like,
I think
I
if
should
you're
probably
like,
watch the video, and then they'll probably say like, "Oh, this is why we're building the engine truck." It could be just for fun.
I think it's just for fun. I think it's kind of like a 40 ounce, like a concept. Like
Yeah.
it's not because it's practical or because you're gonna wear it every day. It's just because we can. That being said, like if you weighed maybe 300 pounds and you're a huge guy,
Yeah.
7 foot tall, 300 pounds.
7 foot tall, 300 pound like logger, and you're just like walking over like trees all day, every day.
Yeah, then maybe it's a little more reasonable. But like for a normal person, just like walking around the city, it's just gonna be. Even my boots are arguably too heavy for daily wearing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
the boots there. Okay, cool. All right, so there we go. Thank you very much for that little thing. Strong Guy, yeah. Zin Boys ask, any Strong Guy jeans in black planning to release soon? So the last one I think is Forever Black. We should still have okay-ish stock for Forever Black.
We have black waxed.
And black wax. We still
We have lots of black wax.
and solid black. If we don't have any more, we're definitely getting
Solid black is gonna come back. I don't know when, but it'll eventually
will
come
come
back.
back. It
We
will.
restocked it not that long ago. It's just you guys have an insatiable taste for it, and so it just gets sold
We are
out so
struggling
fast.
to keep the Strong Guys on the shelves there because they're
The good news is though, this season coming up fall winter, there's a lot more Strong Guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like not every single release, but a good amount of the releases are gonna be Strong Guys. And I can tell you for spring summer 26, which I'm basically dealing with right now, there's a lot more Strong Guys as well.
It's a strong season. Looking
It's gonna
strong.
be a strong season.
Okay.
So we know that you guys want strong. I like Strong Guys. Everyone likes Strong Guys. Finally, I convinced Brandon and everyone we're making Strong Guys, and hopefully we'll be able to satisfy the demand. So yeah, Strong Guys.
All right, there we go. Okay.
By the way, let me just quickly shout out. Someone's mentioning Sally Fox.
Yeah.
Go buy some Sally Fox socks.
We
We don't make any money from this. This is purely just because we love Sally Fox and what she
Yeah.
does. Go over to her website, Sally Fox. I forget the website. But she makes some Fox fiber socks. You guys love Fox
You
fiber.
guys definitely put her website in the chat. Yeah, I know he's the big Sally Fox fans over
Do you
there.
think Brandon would be mad if I just started wearing a pair of these? They're just here.
This here, did he bring them back? Like, what's the story?
No, I think she sent him. We ordered a pair, and she sent us 2.
Oh, okay.
She sent us a bonus.
That's nice.
Anyways, we'll leave it here for now. Go get
Yeah.
some Sally Fox.
Yeah, there's a big
Color organic, Fox fiber registered trademark.
Yeah, there's a big Sally Fox thing of our buddy there. What's it? Bezad Risa. Sally was in Japan there and having a grand old time.
Oh yeah, she went to the Osaka World Fair.
I
She
know.
had a talk there, and then she was on the Wonder Looper live stream. So I'm sure 99% of you guys know who Bezad and Risa are, but if you don't, they have a brand called Wonder Looper, and they did a big interview with her. So if you're really into Fox fiber, if you really want to learn more, we of course have a video with Sally Fox as well, which she tells more about her origin story. But if you want to learn even more, there's a big 2-hour long live stream that was last Friday. Terry and I were both
We
watching
popped in.
live.
Even Brandon did too.
Yeah, and so you can go watch that on the Wonder Looper YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to that video as well.
Yeah.
Of course.
And hopefully the brand will send me and Garrett down to farm for harvest season. That's
Oh,
the
we're
dream.
already going. It's already been decided.
dream,
Well,
the dream.
yeah, I'm going.
We'll go down there and we'll pick cotton.
We needed some quality video content, so I gotta go.
Yeah.
And some pictures. So we're going down to the farm this November, December to see the cotton bolls fully bloomed, or I don't know, opened up.
Pick some
So we're
cotton.
gonna see that, and we got lots of Wonder Looper. I made the biggest Wonder Looper order I could.
Yeah, a large one.
Very large. It's gonna be huge.
You're
You're
welcome.
gonna love it.
You're welcome, Bezad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to buy some MRGs.
Yeah, for more Mr. G's.
Yeah, some MRGs. Maybe there's gonna be an MRG coming soon. I don't know if there's any really hardcore G-Shock people in the chat that know. Anyways.
Hopefully, yeah. Quick question from Jeff Sowers here. Jeff, whose wife just got a women's circlet tee, congratulations, says you make one with the Tragic Bond logo on the chest, which is kind of cool, but based not really like the brand's.
We will
kinda-
never do that.
Yeah, the brand's DNA.
Brandon hates logo tees.
Yeah.
He also just hates kind of like logos in general, which I understand. I like
Yeah.
things kind of like plain. This is tasteful, but
Yeah.
I know that if we made a little logo tee, we would sell tons.
Yeah.
but it just goes against Brandon's ethos. And as you guys probably know, we're pretty strict when it comes to the DNA of the brand, the ethos. You know, made in Canada, made in Japan. Especially with Unbranded brand, there's like nothing on it basically.
Yeah,
but,
we try to keep it simple. So it goes back to basically the genesis of the brand. Brand has talked about that a few times, especially on the special 200th episode last week there. But it was a lot of the decisions, the names, whatever. I've done a bit of response to like how the market was when the brand started there, and kind of a bit of a pushback against that kind of like the celebrity obsessed culture or the over branding of everything.
If you want logos, go out and buy yourself a Fear of God Essentials hoodie.
Or, but we're both wearing logo hats over here for stuff we don't sell.
Yeah, but this is not like clothing brand. This is like a
mega
merch, like giveaway kind of stuff.
Yeah, a very low quality mega brewery hat.
Tell people what is your hat, because people who are not from here, they're not going to know what this is about.
Anyone from Canada probably doesn't know this, but this is just like an old lager from like the Labatt brewery.
Who makes Labatt? Is it
Labatt
owned by Molson?
Labatt is it's like the classic competitor. So Labatt is made by Labatt.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like Molson better.
Yeah, well, you had to choose sides back in the day.
You know what's my favorite beer? Okay, so we'll open up Labatt and then we'll show you.
Yeah. I mean, like, first of all, I got to talk about beer real quick over here. Yes, this is from like a mega brewery here. I know it's not a microbrew. I used to actually be a huge beer nerd. I was a home brewer for many, many years. I used to go to beer festivals and do beer tastings and like really chase like the hops, the fruity aromas, dry hopping, like fun, just like going all out there. But I do still think there's a little bit of room for like some lagers out there. Not everything has to be like a hot bomb or like a 12% like barley, like a 20% barley wine or something like that. And of like the mega brews you can buy, 50's always kind of tickled me a little bit there. Of course, there are better beers, and I do always support the local little guy. But
I'd say Labatt,
for mass market beers, not too bad.
Labatt 50 is kind of like, it's not like Old English or like one of the like Colt 45, but it's like a cheap. I would compare it to like Lucky.
Oh, it's way better than Lucky.
Really?
It's 1,000 times
Okay,
better.
so here's what it looks like.
It's 1,000 times better than like Lucky. It's not a malt liquor. It is an actual ale.
Like
okay?
if I go to
a
a dive bar and their beers, I'm like, I don't know what to get because it's all crap, and they have this, I will order this. And they, in French, well, usually most of the dive bars here they're like very French. And so I ordered the Kiel 5 ans.
The Kiel de 5 ans, like a bowling pin, like the big bottle.
So it comes. Well, is this the big bottle? No, that's not the big bottle. It comes in like a 40, not like this, but similar. And you get one of these big ones, and they're usually like $8 or something. They're pretty cheap. And that's what I'll get at the dive bar if nothing else is interesting.
It's a little hard to find these days, especially Montreal, because Montreal has so many microbrewers. Like, we really have so many microbreweries and such a huge selection there that it's becoming harder and harder to find, like...
Which is kind of good. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, big brand, cheap beer, which, I'm all for that. I'm 100% behind that.
Kafan says he likes Blue Girl from Hong Kong. I do not like Blue Girl. Like, I respect your choice.
You love Hong Kong.
And I love Hong Kong, but I'm going with Qingdao, like, all the time.
Not the Qingdao.
Like, if I'm going to 7-Eleven, because, you go to 7-Eleven to buy beer. That's what I'm getting. And if they have the local craft beer, they have Guailo beer.
They have the Guailo beer.
And if they have that, I'm going for the Guailo beer IPA. Like, this is like a super rabbit hole, but
yeah,
I've like wholesale ordered that beer before for events. The Guailo beer, they like show up with a truck. Like, I bought a truckload, like a van load full of that beer.
It's probably like imported by an expat or
basically,
something like that. Yeah.
No, it's not imported. They make it there.
Okay.
But yeah, we had an event and I was kind of in charge of like getting the beer and stuff, and so I ordered like an equal amount of the Guailo beer, and then we ordered like an equal amount of like Coors Light or something, which like the big boss was like, no, we gotta have this or some crap beer, and like by the time the night was finished, all the Guailo beer was gone, and like there's a big pile of like that other beer, no one wanted it. Yeah, we're getting thirsty here. I want to show you guys my favorite cheap local beer.
Okay, I did see it pop up there. I'll go put it back up.
So this is
Embiggener.
This is my favorite. It's basically a Pilsner, So it tastes like a Pilsner. And usually I'm not a huge Pilsner fan, to be honest. But this is a Molson product. So, like he said, Labatt is kind of like the competitor.
Yeah.
Molson is like the big name in the game when it comes to
It's humongous.
Canadian beer. Like, they are the juggernaut. And this is one of their properties, Laurentide, or Laurentide, I guess, depending on how you want to say it. And it's named after, like, isn't it a mountain range here in Quebec?
Yeah, the Laurentians.
And this is a beer that you will almost only find at kind of like the dive bars. Like, you won't even find this at the liquor store.
They don't sell this at the supermarket. That's
They
for
don't
sure.
sell it. Like, it's hard to find. So, like, if I go to a bar and they have this, and it's like a cheaper, like a dive bar or whatever.
What a relic.
I'm getting some Laurentide. Like, this is my go-to. So if you can ever find this, come to Quebec or
Yeah.
Lower Canada. This is Lower Canada.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of beer love in the chat over here there. So, like, yeah. I like to see that there. People, yeah, premium malts, if you have, like, they get that in Japan. That's a Japanese, because from Suntory. Easy to
Japanese beer is great.
Easy to find premium malts in Taiwan. When I was in Taiwan, I drink, like, Taiwan beer or 18 days or premium malts. Whatever cool thing they had at 7-Eleven. Yeah. In the UK, amazing selection of beer. Just don't drink Stella or something like that. I know.
I can't imagine. I know I can't move to the UK ever just because I think I'd become an alcoholic. Like, I know
like
it's
the pub
so
culture?
it's like so like that's just what people do, and it's just like so much part of the culture. Like, and I don't have an addictive personality, but like, why? There's just so much good beer,
Yeah.
right? But I don't want to get fat from drinking beers.
It is yeah. You know, I also, like, sometimes I'll just have a de-alkalized beer at home just because, like, I don't want the calories or I want to go easy on my liver, and it does scratch that itch for me, even though, you know, it's not a.
I can't. I have the low alcohol. Like, even if I
It's got to be good. A lot of them aren't bad. You have to choose a really good one. They are not all created equal.
I sometimes, like, the other weekend I went to the bar, or I was at a bar for like an event, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try like a light beer, because normally I'm going for like the 6, 7, 8%.
Yeah, you totally.
And so I got like a 3.5 or like a 4, and I was like, oh, it was like instant regret. It's like water. And I'm trying. I'm really trying.
You got to choose the right one though. Like I have one. I found I like it. I keep a couple of cans in my fridge just for, like, you know, to scratch that itch.
Anyways.
Yeah, beer talk.
Yeah, people are passionate about the beer in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, that really got people going. Got people more going than the manuals and the V8s, which kind of makes me. Yeah. We got another crowd.
Everyone loves beer.
People do like beer. If the people are thirsty, it's Thursday afternoon, and in we have a classic. Well, that's the Sanka set.
Like I said, it's funny because, so we just went over to the local shop here to see what they had in terms of cool snacks, because I was not prepared and didn't find something earlier. Anyways, so on Thursday, sometimes Terry and I, after work is finished, we go over to the local, we call it the dépanneur, like the corner store.
Yes.
And like last week and the week before and the week before, there's like girls hanging around, kind of like dressed up in their skimpy clothes, and like at first it doesn't click, and I'm like,
You're the
like
wrong
I'm like,
part of
this
town.
is weird. Like you don't belong here. Like, it just doesn't make sense, because like this is not a trendy like place for kids or like young people.
It's an old industrial district, if you don't know.
Yeah, and then so we like go in there, and then we see like more of them, and we're like, what is going on? And then it like clicks. And I'm like, oh, it's Thursday. Because on Thursdays, like just down the street, they have the government like has this big piece of land that they've, I guess, rented out. And now they're doing like parties every Thursday and Friday-ish.
Yeah, they have a stage and everything.
Yeah, they got DJs and drinks and all that stuff. And so it's like every 20-something-year-old in Montreal is going over there to stand around and buy $10 beers.
In a giant empty parking lot.
Basically in like a gravel pit.
The gravel pit.
Yeah. It's a glorified gravel pit. And so there are like all these kids in the neighborhood that like we just don't normally see, and it's so funny to be like, oh, look, all these young people in there like basically wearing like bathing suits and stuff.
Yeah, which is not what you expect to see in the old garment district of Montreal. It's just not. It is not that part of town. This is not St. Catherine Street. This is not Crescent Street, or even like, you know, Bishop Street next to Concordia. It is the top end of Saint Laurent.
Fred says, have you had a Strong Zero?
Yes.
I think I have, but I don't remember.
Not a fan. So a Strong Zero is basically like, it's like low calories, and like high alcohol. I think it's super cheap in Japan because it's not made of malt, so kind of like it's like a tax loophole.
Oh, so they just put like vodka and some
yeah,
fizzy water?
it is a little bit like borderline industrial.
It like does the trick.
Yeah, it is kind of like the Colt 45 of modern Japan, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be, but in my mind, that's what it was.
The stereotype is like you see like the passed out person like holding on to their like their
the
strong zero, and then there's like some Picari sweats like on the floor that people like leave for them because they're like clearly like
yeah. There you go, 126 yen, so 9% alcohol. So that's like a single U.S. dollar, that's a buck, and that'll get you like feeling things. Okay, so not really a huge fan of that one there. Like if I'm in Japan, then man, it's got to be premium malts is pretty good. I used to like super dry, but premium malts, man.
The thing about being in Japan is there's so much good stuff that it's hard to waste your time on the mediocre stuff.
Yeah. If you're a visitor,
it's like when I go to Japan, I don't drink Coke. I don't drink any normal drinks because there's so many fun things that you got to take advantage of. And like to me, the Strong Zero is almost like that. Like that's literally like you just want to get a buzz. And like,
I think if you're a working person and you gotta like pitch some pennies and you need a bit of cheap booze like Strong Zero, or heaven help you, the 1 cup.
Or what's the 1 cup?
The 1 cup is like the sake, the sake version there, and it comes in like it looks like a clear
like
plastic.
shochu.
No, I think it's actually like a really like a it might be shochu. It's called 1 cup. Someone's going to correct me there. The 1 cup is like nasty. It has like a peel off like foil lid.
Oh, I've had those. I've had the Chinese version of that.
1 cup booze. I'm gonna search 1 cup booze. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah. I've had the Chinese version of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in the browser window. This thing over there. Not that you should drink that. You know.
You can buy it on Amazon apparently.
Yeah, or something like that. That's kind of not tasty.
Yeah.
Yes, some people in the chat saying 1 cup is a classic. The classic for many different reasons. Yeah. Oh man. Woo. Okay, that's been like our Thirsty Thursday booze talk over here. Like we are like way off the rails talking like all kinds of things.
It's
over
okay.
here.
We're having fun, people.
Yeah, we're
having fun with you. I hope you're enjoying. I always love doing the live stream.
It is industrial. My friends, this is a very industrial drink.
I kind of want to try it now. I love industrial stuff.
Oh yeah. Quick question here, because I saw it before. Scott Barker asked the difference between the Gateway and the Stretch Selvedge. When I get back on talking about blue jeans, so the difference between the Gateway and the Stretch. So Stretch Selvedge is 12.5 ounce, 2% stretch, Indigo by White. I think Gateway's more stretch or more heavy.
I forget, to be honest. I have to.
Do we have it here?
I don't think it's on the website yet. Nope.
No. Yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah.
I think basically the Gateway is just a little bit fancier.
A little bit fancier.
Like if I had to say, it's similar but not the same.
I think I held it before. It feels heavy. It might not be heavier, but it feels heavier.
Am I gonna be able to find it easily? I'll go take a look really quick.
Yes.
Really quick. I might not be able to find it. But
yeah, I might check on the back end over here real quick. What if you have a little bit of a product file over here? We do not. There's no product copy written for it yet. We have no product copy written for it yet.
Hold on.
We'll get back to you. We'll get right back to you, everybody over there. Yeah. Oh, yes. And yes, Shangstall, absolutely correct. Booze Talk is a bit different from the old live stream. I know Bezad is a dry fellow. He doesn't drink a drop. He's a teetotaler. Although Risa does enjoy the odd cocktail.
Apparently
or
he
drink.
makes cocktails.
Yeah, she does make. I watch on the Instagram.
Bezad makes the cocktails.
Bezad makes a cocktail, but he doesn't drink
I think so. Okay, so the Gateway's 14.3 ounces.
Okay, Gateway, 14.3 ounces.
It's a little bit gritty.
Yeah, gritty.
A little bit more rugged. 2% elastane on the weft. So yeah. Oh, Raging Bull leather patch, pink Selvedge ID. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
Sounds
just like
it's like a little more premium, a little bit more texture, a little bit heavier, and just a little bit more everything. So
yeah, it's chunky. Yeah, so 14.3 ounces. So it's like a heavier Stretch Selvedge with a nice pink line there. Cool flasher. And it has I think the actual it just seems a bit like chunkier and coarser.
Yeah, the pink line is because pink is awesome, number one.
Pink is cool.
But if you look at the really old vintage jeans where they were red line selvage, over time sometimes that red line fades to this kind of like pinky color. And so when we're putting that pink color in, it's kind of a vintagey homage, you know, like a... So, I love, honestly, I love a micro busted selvage, a little pink line. That's like my favorite. Or, what we don't do enough of, but I'm going to make it happen, like a minty green line. Like a faded green one, like a mint green. A green. White, mint, white, or like a pistachio green selvage ID, but just a little one.
Is it mint? Is it pistachio? Is it avocado? Or is it matcha? I've seen all these like names used to refer to.
Well,
like,
they're different.
Yeah,
matcha is a little bit darker, kind of like your hat.
Yeah. And
then pistachio is kind of like more of a gray green.
Well, you could say this is like an oxidized avocado. One that's been in the fridge.
Well, the white balance is like in different. The screen calibration is not great.
Yeah, no, this screen is like this is not an artistic.
We got two
monitor.
very different screens right here.
Yeah.
One's a curved monitor and one's
neither of them calibrated like to any
standard.
But yeah, pistachio idea. I'll say pistachio. That sounds kind of cool. Sounds like sounds European.
I love pistachio ice cream.
I do like pistachio. Great flavor. Pistachio treats, pistachio ice creams, pistachio chocolates. Big flavor.
Oh, right. I got distracted. You distracted me with your question.
Okay.
Because we got to answer the Instagram people's questions. All right.
Yeah, mint chip. This guy likes it.
I love mint chip, but you know what I realized? My favorite ice cream flavors. I think we talked about this before.
You talked ice cream.
Spumoni.
Oh yeah, we did talk about
this.
It's
very rare. It's hard to find. Only some usually like Italian ice cream shops will have it. If you can find Spumoni, it's great. It's my favorite flavor. Try it. Okay, questions from Instagram.
Instagram questions.
Any plans to bring back the embroidery to the capsule collection? So I think he means this is from Mr. Vermin. Maybe. I like the idea, and it's cool. The problem is it's very polarizing.
Yeah.
Because some people don't like it, especially normal people. So sometimes we do, a special collection, whatever collaboration. It's great. All the people who are super into it, they go out, they buy the jeans, fantastic, everyone's happy.
Love the detail.
But sometimes we have like a few left over, right?
We're thinking of the same jean.
Yeah, we have a few left over, and all the people who are really into that property, that IP, already bought theirs. And so now we have to sell the remaining jeans to normal people who don't care about this collaboration. They just want a nice pair of jeans. But they don't want to have whatever it is on the back pocket. So, like, for example, like the Rick and Morty, Pickle Rick. I love Rick and Morty. I love Pickle Rick. It was a great fabric. It's a cool embroidery.
Great fabric.
But you have no idea how many people walked into the store. They're like, oh, this is a great jean. And then they like try them on. They're like, wait, what is that? And then they realize there's a pickle embroidery on the back. And they're like, yeah, no, I don't want these. So that's kind of the problem with the embroidery. It is great for, the people that want it. And I do like it. But it makes it so that normal people won't want to buy it.
Yeah.
Whereas like the back patch, like we do a special patch, no one seems to mind about that. In worst case, we can swap the patch. Pocket bags, you don't really notice. Even like custom top buttons or like that kind of thing, no one is gonna fuss about. But the back pocket embroidery, as cool as it is, on some I think it's like a nice touch, but it can be just a little bit polarizing. And I will say also, it is kind of sometimes difficult to do, like
on a technical level.
Getting depending on, like, I'm thinking specifically of the Pickle Rick, we had actually like a tough time. There was kind of like almost a scandal that happened.
There absolutely was a scandal.
There was a scandal, and like it almost caused like a big problem, and it was all because we were trying to get that pickle embroidery right on the jeans. And
in the end, it wasn't even that. Yeah, the people weren't super jazzed on the actual pickle itself, which is a lot of work for something that not a lot of people were super into, and more people were kind of put off by it. So I guess like the kind of balance a bit tricky. I like it on the MIJ, but even then on the MIJ, we had some people saying like, I like the MIJs, but that maple leaf, man, that's got to go, or something like that.
Yeah, so, the maple leaf to me, I don't mind.
Yeah.
I think it's nice. I don't even notice it, but
It's the tiniest little.
but there's sometimes
kiss.
of things where it's like if I'm gonna be committing to like one jean for a long time, which I like to do, then I want it to be a little bit more low key.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. So, anyways, okay. How much will the 32-ounce black cost? Not sure. It will be.
Less than a 40-ounce, but more than an elephant.
How much was the 32-ounce last? I think the 32-ounce last time was like $545, and that was a long time ago.
That was pre-COVID.
Because I bought it
Yeah.
a few times. So it's going to be more than that. It will not be cheap, but it will not be... It'll be less than the 40-ounce.
Yeah.
More vegan patch options? Probably no. We have the apple... Speaking of the devil.
We have the cardboard, the apple.
We have two right here. So we'll just talk about that real quick since you asked. So next week's release is the Forbidden Fruit. Whoa. 12.5 ounce organic cotton and apple leather patch made with real apples. We just shot the video, Terry and I,
this
today. And it has the apple. Basically, they grow apples. They squeeze all the juice out of them to make apple juice, and then normally they just toss all the rest in the garbage, which is a shame. So they started using some of this waste product to all the skins and the cores to make these apple patches, which I think is pretty cool. So if you're a vegan or you just love sexy apples, we got these jeans coming out. No, these are actually really great. Anyone can wear them. There's nothing like abnormal, but like once you take the label off, they look like a normal pair of jeans, and I think they're gonna fade really nicely. Like they got this kind of like very light slub on it. There's gonna be like a low key, like if you know, you know kind of thing.
Oh,
and
man.
it's got a like an earth colored Selvedge ID.
Yeah.
And you can flex your little Selvedge coin pocket.
This is a nice one. I like it.
So yeah, for you vegans out there, my sister's vegan by the way, and my mom.
Who came first, the sister or mom?
My sister, and then my sister brainwashed my mom. And now Christmas is ruined forever.
How's your tofurkeys?
Never. You want to know? I bring my own turkey breast over to my mom's house and I cook it myself. And my mom and sister are like passive aggressive about it. But I will not celebrate my Christmas without
You can be passive aggressive right back.
I am.
Cooking your own turkey.
I cook my own turkey, and you know what? Everyone else at the dinner is very happy that I cooked the turkey because I share it with everyone else, and they're like, "Oh my god, thank you." Anyways, that's a little bit of inside knowledge about me. Anyways, we also have the workforce coming. When? I don't know. This one, we're still waiting. There was kind of a delay with fabric and stuff. So this will be the very last release for spring summer 25, and fall winter and spring summer are kind of blending in a little bit here. So this one's gonna be coming. I don't know when. This little neppy boy. It's got that cardboard leather patch. It's like super tough, so you don't have to worry about it ripping. It's like super crazy thick, or not thick, but like durable. It's kind of like Tyvek, if you know what that is.
Yes.
Yeah, some people will know.
Yeah, it's very good. This one squeezed right in there. Like almost didn't quite make it in the spring, but I think it's gonna slip right in there.
It'll be coming soon. And there's also a few other like jackets.
We have this on the shelves in the annex, so it's good.
We have some kimonos and stuff.
Yes, the long-awaited. I know you guys have been dying for this. The Indigo Sashiko tops. So we're talking zip jackets. I think are live already. The chore coats. And the kimono shirts.
We had a little bit of like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
And
are they listed here on the... Oh, no. I think they might be on the website already. Some of them over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
the zips are there. So I don't know if there's...
Anyways, it's coming.
They're coming.
We're coming. There was kind of a perfect storm. We had some people on holiday, and then some people away for health reasons, and then another person away,
and then trade shows,
so we had like a big kind of like backlog in the warehouse, our main warehouse, so stuff didn't get up to Tateinoko warehouse. Anyways, it's coming. Please be patient.
Yeah. It'll be soon.
But
We got
we're
lots
working
of
on it.
releases coming, like we talked about.
There's
earlier
there's
before.
like a flood of stuff coming. Like
For like now until Christmas is going to be like a deluge.
buckle up.
yeah, buckle up for releases. Yeah, and that's true. Sam Selvedge, some of our retail partners got some workforce early. It just depends on the cut. Sometimes
Yeah.
different.
Basically, the way it is like, unless we can get it to everybody, we won't personally release it.
Yeah.
We're trying to be fair to everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why. Like, your local shop may sell it in store, but they're not supposed to put it online. And then once everyone has it, then we all put it online at the same time. Okay. Any advice for Accru or white jeans for someone's fit? What's the next Accru jean we have coming up? I think is
Iceberg.
we have the Iceberg coming. It's not Accru, it's white.
It's white.
But it's white. But those are going to be coming up, so that's going to be cool. We have, I'm thinking already about Spring Summer 26. We have some cool white / Accru. It's going to be expensive, but it's kind of a very cool story on those. The tabby fabric ones.
Oh.
So yeah, those are really cool fabric, and that's coming, but I'm not going to recommend it now because it's like a year from now. So yeah, the Iceberg is coming, which I'm excited for someone to get those like super dirty and patinaed and oily and go ride your motorcycle. You know what I mean?
I'm just gonna go to watch the horses and like keep my super crispy and clean there and have drink my mint and julep in the shade. That's what I'll do.
Is the super guy the lowest rise you guys will bring? Okay, what? This is I don't know this sentence. Okay, I think this is two questions. Is the super guy the lowest rise? Yes.
Yes.
You guys bring back red cores? Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Red core's coming back.
Cool.
When are Strong Guys restocking? Perpetually.
Perpetually.
There's no like one day. They're
Always.
coming. So just if you want one, sign up for a back in stock notification. Make sure you're on the email notification list. Subscribe here. We'll tell you all about the Strong Guys. But there's Strong Guys coming every once in a while. When will the Strong Guy Dirty Fade restock? Again, I'm not sure, but it's coming. We're always making them.
We got so many of them in, and then we sold them all. Like I was like stunned, you know.
Yeah, it's just you guys are insatiable.
The appetite for Strong Guys.
Will you be doing a small run of Aloha Skeleton and long sleeve? No, definitely not. Can you give a hint of the Halloween jeans that will be this year? I already gave a huge hint. I thought I gave it away.
Oh yeah, there is actually no. You gave such a big hint, and some people kind of got it. But that was a couple of live streams ago, so you have to go back and dig for the comments and find it out. But the super
I basically told everyone.
It was like a flashing red hint.
Maybe next week we'll tell.
Yeah.
But I basically said it like almost black and white.
Yeah.
Is the MIJ 15 coming in jackets? No jackets for MIJ 15. There's just that fabric is too limited,
too valuable.
And first of all, the fabric's limited, so we can only make so many, and when we make jackets, it takes up even more fabric, so we can make less jeans. Third of all, you don't want to know the price. God. The price is going to be like over $1,000.
Yeah, they're already so expensive.
So yeah, it's just going to be too much. So no MIJ 15 jackets. Okay, for Terry, is the MIJ 10 versus MIJ 12 trucker jacket? Which do you prefer?
Oh, okay, cool, good one. So I own the MIJ 10 jacket in that traditional trucker style. I love it. I think it's a really cool fabric. And I don't actually have the MIJ 12 jacket, but I do have the MIJ 12 trousers, which I am wearing right now. Do I show them off? Is there enough light on the stool? Well, the people can see my the slub. They can see the slub over here. I really like these. But which one would I go for a jacket? I'm going to go for the 10 for me for the jacket, just because I prefer like the longer slub on my trousers. and the shorter slub for the jacket. I feel like the 10 is like my perfect, like, it's my perfect forever
Plus the
denim
12
jacket.
is a green cast, which is like a little bit more stylized, whereas
Yeah.
the 10 is more of a red cast, so it's like, it's more everyday, wearable, like timeless. I mean, they're both timeless, but like the MIJ 12 is a look.
Yeah.
You know, like it's definitely different. Whereas the MIJ 10, like you could probably, it definitely looks different and special, but you could match it with other stuff a little bit easier, I think.
Yeah, I wore it
A little
all
bit
through
easier
Japan. So you watch the vlog video, you see me wearing it in Japan, wearing it like almost like a load-bearing vest.
Yeah, we were so on brand in Japan.
Yeah.
Like everywhere we went, we're wearing like double denim. It was great.
We went to we went to a very, very expensive cocktail bar.
Dude, it was so dark in there, you couldn't see.
Yeah. Very expensive cocktail bar, and I was wearing like denim top to bottom, and we're talking like guys wearing white suits and white gloves, like carving ice with like picks and stuff like that, and like what was like $30 drinks or something silly like that.
It was so nice, and you could
It was
smoke
nice, though.
inside. It was so much
there's
fun.
a cloud of smoke there and stuff like that, and I was wearing like denim head to toe.
It was
and
great.
Nobody said anything.
They don't care as long as you got money.
Some places might. Some places they'll be like,
Sometimes.
sorry, what's the term? I'm afraid we're little
You're
underdressed gentlemen. Yeah, I've been turned away before that one time.
It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't our fault. We were pushing our luck.
Okay, anyways, back to the questions. Besides the difference in cost, what's the major difference between the Strong Guy fit and the unbranded wide fit? There's like a very slight difference on the unbranded wide fit, but not a lot. Like, for all intensive purposes, I'd say they're pretty much the same. Like, you're probably not going to notice a difference.
If you like one, you like the other there. The unbranded ones may be a little loose on the top.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the main difference. The price has nothing to do with it. It's just basically the origin and the hardware and all that stuff. What's the best sandwich to make at home? BLT. Made some last night with heirloom tomatoes. It was very good. And if you don't know what heirloom tomatoes are, go to your local farmer's market and buy some or grow some. It will blow your mind, and you'll find out what like tomatoes can actually taste like.
Yeah. Grow some vegetables, even if it is on just like a box, like in your like apartment in the city. I got growing. Someone earlier asked me, what am I gardening? I'm not gardening anything yet this year, but my mother gardened a whole bunch of delicious bok choy. We had a bok choy coming out of our ears, growing like weeds, so I just kind of gave some away.
Oh, and that's why you were giving it away.
Yeah. The word on the street that was really good, so we're gonna grow some more. It's growing season, baby.
Any chance of olive drab heavyweights? None, but I kind of want to do something like that. We are working on some kind of olive. This is again for way down the road, because part of the reason is right now there's so much delays with the mills and weaving stuff, and then we're trying to work on one kind of like a greenish olive drab low tension weave, and the low tension weave is like even more wait time. I'm talking like 2-3 years. So yeah, we're working on it, but don't hold your breath.
Yeah, we did ask around.
Nothing, no olive drab, I don't think, coming this season. So hard for you to remember. I just have like so many seasons.
The last one we did was like the jungle cloth jackets.
We had the HBT.
We still have the jungle cloth jackets available.
Yeah. The jungle cloth is not the same. It's a different thing.
No. Okay.
Anyways. Will the Godzilla collection have Strong Guy fits? Yes. If you weren't working at Tatenoka, where do you think you'd be working? This is actually something funny. I talked to Terry about this today, roughly, very briefly, and I realized today I was looking for like some bike parts, like some grips for my bike, and I'm looking at this brand called Race Face, which is like a Vancouver brand, and they specialize more in like mountain bike, downhill bike parts and accessories. And I was like, man, this is a cool company. Like if I wasn't working here, maybe I'd be working for Race Face or something like that. Like, I don't know, I just like working for cool Canadian companies. Or I'd work for maybe an American company too, but that's harder because I'm not an American. But like, we got a lot of cool Canadian brands. Rocky Mountain, Da Vinci. I'm thinking of bike brands.
There's a lot of cool things there. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Arc'teryx. Arc'teryx is not as cool, but
West Coast brands?
I like West Coast stuff. I'm just thinking of like stuff around Vancouver.
Isn't it like the old
Bombardier.
Lululemon? Well, Bombardier's
Go
local
work
to
at the
us.
Rolls-Royce factory.
Yeah, Maxim came from the hometown of Bombardier, Valcourt. It's a factory town, and everyone worked from Bombardier. Maxim's great, our lovely little redneck, our lovely little Quebec redneck. We love him.
So I don't know where you used to work at the monkey wrangling place.
I wouldn't go back to the monkey factory. I did my time. I'm not too sure where I would work or what career path I'd choose there, but
or maybe I'd like do some like work at a mine, or maybe do like logging. I like heavy industry stuff.
Yeah, maybe I would be a wrecker driver.
Or you know what else I'd also consider is like conductor / engineer, like railroad.
Pretty cool.
Which is like on theme for me. But I do love heavy industry. I love machines and working out, and like in the, you know, I love changing oil on big machines and stuff like that. It's fun.
They have a lot of oil.
And you got to change it a lot.
yeah, they have a lot of oil, and they got to change a lot.
Yeah.
Well, someone else is paying for it, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the fun thing too. When you're working in heavy industry, you're using all these like tools. You're like, this is $10,000. It's like a wrench.
Yeah, that's a cool.
Okay.
Right.
How about releasing the video where you go through the core collection fabric by fabric? Oh, yeah, we could do that. That's a possibility.
Yeah, because we've done a lot of like the seasonal previews, but we haven't done a core update in a while.
Maybe tomorrow I'll make the fall winter preview public. I already released the link on here before, so you can go back and find it. But probably tomorrow I'll just make it like visible.
You know, it kind of makes sense because we are past the summer solstice. The days are already getting shorter.
It's ridiculous.
I saw a back to school ad. People are still in school. They haven't even left school. And how do you go back to school when you haven't left school? Old man moment there.
I know.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yeah, exactly. People are ridiculous. Those silly companies. Okay, last few questions here, and then we're going to get to snack time. If you got a question you want to leave in the chat.
There's a good one over here. I'm going to jump right in.
Okay, what is it?
Caps Lock in the chat asks, can I use an online gift card in the store, as assuming a Tat and Yoko? And yes, it's a little bit of a roundabout way, but yes, you can. You can basically like place your order online
using
while you're in the store, and then we'll just give it to you.
Yeah. To address it, right now we're kind of in an awkward phase, and I know you guys think it's so simple, but it's not with the currency issues. As you may know, we finally have Canadian currency working on Tat and Yoko. For a long time, is US dollars only, because there's just an issue with
a lot of back end
the money. So we finally now have dual currency, so you can shop in Canadian dollars or US dollars. The problem comes with when you get to returns. So the way it works now is if you're getting a return, if you buy something in Canada, you send it back to us, we're going to issue you store credit, but the store credit will be in US dollars, like the equivalent of US dollars, and then you can just spend that at the store in the US dollars. I know it's kind of weird and confusing, but unfortunately that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and we're working on
for
trying to
the
change
moment.
It. For now.
A lot of this stuff is kind of like beyond our control. But that's just how it is. But yeah, if you have a store credit and you're a Canadian and you come to the store, or you're an American, doesn't matter, you can use your store credit in the store. It'll just be like a slightly different
you buy it online, we refund you the cost for the shipping because you're going to pick it up in store, and we'll just kind of like
give it to you.
Yeah, we'll hand it over and like pat you on the back and say, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, last couple questions here. If Naked Famous Denim did a leather collab jacket, what would that be like? That was from Shang Style. Well, it'd probably be with Shot. We've played with this idea a few times.
We really have. Yeah.
I don't know whether it would be like a blue jacket because it'd be indigo or what. I want to do a jacket similar, and I don't know, people have given me pushback on this, but there's a jacket that Shot did in their, I think it's back in the day, and I don't want to do exactly the same, but I like this pattern. I'll show you guys real quick. Oh man, this is, hold on here. Okay, we're on the fedoralounge.com. You know you've already been on that website once or twice. Here we go. This is a jacket done by Shot. which was a replica of a jacket that was worn by James Dean. That's why it's got its picture here. Would I want to have this picture in it? No way.
Yeah, as
but
much
do
as
I
you like James Dean.
I just like the pattern. I like this kind of woven belt thing here. The slash pockets on the side. It has that cross zip and the fur ruff collar. It's just not something you see often. I think the original one that he wore was like from Sears or I don't know, some vintage, some other jacket or like manufacturer, but they did a replica of it, and I kind of want to do one like this. For some reason, everyone I talk to hates this pattern, except me, but I like it.
Yeah, because they're trying to, like, you know, what we know.
I want to do something different, you know. I don't want to do
something different. Bring something of our DNA to the party. Like maybe like a deep navy indigo pull-up leather or something.
I don't know. That's the question. What would we do?
Yeah, fun things.
It's a good question.
Deerskin is
but
cool.
It's not something that I haven't done. The other problem too is like there's minimums and stuff. So, like, we gotta sell a lot of them.
Yeah, minimums on a leather jacket.
And how many of you guys are gonna be dropping like
at least $1,000? At least
more than $1,000 on this like special denim jacket, or sorry, not a leather jacket. I'd like to think it's going to be a lot of people, but you just never know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be stuck with like $100,000
worth of blue leather jackets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah, it could be, yeah, you know what, yeah, there's a good point there. Stephen writes, yeah, we could have like a cool lining by us. Like the lining could be by us and the leather could be on the outside there.
Yeah, nice
like
indigo denim lining to rub all over your white shirt.
Yeah, or maybe one of our, like maybe a lighter fox fiber or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities. Let us know. I'm open to your suggestions.
Yeah.
Who knows? I think one day there's a good chance. It's just...
Yeah. And like, we love shot. I mean, like, I put my money where my mouth is. I bought, like, Lord knows how many shot jackets I bought.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, I got a couple of shot jackets as well.
You have a couple yourself, yeah.
Yes.
So we'd love to see that happen. We love our friends there at Shot. And, yeah, we see them sometimes jump in the chat as well. We know you're there.
Dan says, is working with Horsehide in North America frowned upon? I don't know, maybe if you're vegan. I think in our community, people appreciate it. And the thing is, leather is kind of a byproduct anywhere. Like, the cows and the horses are going to die anyways.
They're going to die. Well, maybe that's a step.
It's not like they're farming horses specifically to take their leather.
Horses are not.
It's not like a fur trade thing. Same with cows. No one grows a cow to harvest the leather. It's just a byproduct.
A delicious prime rib. That's why.
You might as well use as much as you can rather than wasting it and throwing it in the garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm pro leather. I think it's...
Yeah, no, leather's cool. It's natural. I mean...
it's a great material, just like natural fibers.
Yeah, and it's not PVC, forever
Yeah,
chemical.
it's not gonna, like, give you cancer.
Yeah.
Unless you're, like, in India and you're downstream from where they're doing chrome tanning.
Yeah, it depends on the quality of, like, your tannery there, and if they follow proper environmental procedures.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big deal.
It's actually quite sad. If you look into... Like, that's one of the reasons I never buy cheap... Like, I don't go to Aldo or, like, cheap places and buy cheap leather shoes, because almost anytime you're buying cheap leather...
There's a hidden cost?
There's a hidden cost, and it's usually in the form of polluted rivers and birth defects.
Oof.
Yeah, like...
Not fun.
If you look into it, like in India, and especially in like the Punjab region and stuff, they do there's a lot of leather tanning stuff going on there, and they just dump it all down the river, and they have a serious problem with birth defects, and it's pretty sad. So that's why I recommend everyone buys quality items, quality leather, where you know the leather's, you know, coming from a good place, especially if you can buy like Horween, Seidel, any American tanneries. They're all, and Japanese, of course, they're all following the regulations. Don't buy cheap leather. Okay, why no MIJ Strong Guy? Well, this guy hasn't been watching the live streams.
Yes, MIJ Strong Guy.
They're coming.
Yes.
Just not on this release, but for the MIJ 16, there will be Strong Guy. I desperately need some deep sea Selvedge to come back in Strong Guy and Accru Foxfire restock. There will be no restocks of that, but still sign up for a back in stock notification. You never know, maybe we'll get a return, or we'll find one somehow. buried in a box.
It does happen. Like I see this happen like almost every day, and definitely every week. There, like a rare pair will come back for whatever reason, either the customer return, wholesale return, or with a some extra inventory was made available to us from like a warehouse, and then it goes straight back to the website, and there's going to be a lucky fellow who had that email clicked off, and they get the email and they buy it like 2 in the morning or something like that. Mm-hmm. Send it out with a smile on our face. Yeah, a smile on our face.
So never give up hope. There's always a chance, but I can tell you there's going to be no restock. We're not making any more. Basically, when we do seasonal items, we buy the fabric, and it almost always all gets cut.
Yeah, almost always.
And so there's no more. And we don't really do second. Sometimes we'll bring fabrics back, like say the Shinigami, which is that's the same fabric as the trunks or something.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be the same thing. It's going to be different.
Yeah, very, very, very rare cases.
Okay. I think it's... Oh, yeah, the Radium girls.
Yeah.
Someone reminds me of the Radium girls. But the Radium girls, that was a job hazard. People who are getting poisoned from their water source they're not even getting paid.
For the Radium girls, did they know that radium was dangerous at the time?
No, I don't think so.
Whereas the people in the shady tanneries absolutely know what they're doing.
So for the people who don't know what the Radium girls is, this is an interesting part of horological history. Basically, back in the day...
That's watches, by the way.
Watches. The early loom, like the part that made your watch glow... was used radioactive material. So at the beginning they were using radium, and then they later moved to tritium, which sometimes they still do use, and now most brands are using superluminova, which is not radioactive. It's basically like your glow-in-the-dark sticker on the wall, same thing. But these radioactive ones, they don't need the sun or any light source to charge up. They're glowing because they're decaying, like radioactive
decay, people.
Yeah. So on the earlier watches, they were using radium, which was like very radioactive and very not good for you. And so, of course, it was some people's jobs to loom the dials. So what you do is you sit at your desk all day long, and all they do is apply loom to those dials
by hand.
And what these girls were doing is to get the brush tip nice and like pointed, is they were putting it in their mouth and kind of licking it.
I've done that.
Yeah,
just not with radium.
Yeah, to get the tip nice and pointed. And so anyways, they were basically like eating radium all the time, and long story short, they all died.
Yeah.
So
not good for you, those.
Yeah, don't eat radium. Like even my grandfather, he has an original. He's the first owner. He has a very early reference Rolex Submariner with no crown guard. So if you're a Rolex guy, you know that's like a very early reference on the Submariner, and on his he has a radium dial, and it's got like pretty bad radium burn on it, because like if you look at some of these older dials, there's so much radioactivity on it that it burns the dial. Like especially early Panerais, they had so much radium under that sandwich dial, it would just like cook the whole dial. Anyways, very cool.
Atomic decay, people.
It looks very cool. However, like no like pretty much watchmakers these days won't want to work on them like at all, because the second you like take that watch apart, there's like radium dust just kind of like around, and
I'd
no one
rather
wants to
not breathe that in.
Breathe that in, exactly. So what do you like? You're gonna service some guy's like radium, like cancer-filled watch.
The cancer watch.
Yeah, I've heard. I know we're so off the rails. We're gonna go to snack time in a sec. But last thing, radium watches. There are some Panerais. So if you don't know Panerai, it's like a big Italian Navy dive watch, originally made by Rolex, actually, contracted. Anyways, they have a sandwich dial. So there's basically a two parts of the dial. One big dial which gets a full coat of like loom on it. And then there's a second dial which has like basically holes for the numbers or like the indices, and then just go and they sandwich it down, and so that way you don't have to sit there and like carefully loom it. You just go and then you go boop, and
like
then
a stencil. Yeah,
it's a stencil like but because they have this extra layer with all this loom that's like they just coated it with loom, it's got like crazy radioactive. And so these watches are very rare, very expensive. But there were some people, they found them in their grandfather's drawer from World War II or whatever, and they're just wearing it around town, and then they get wrist cancer.
I've never heard of wrist cancer, but I don't want to get it.
Yeah, because there's just so much radium. It's just like so radioactive and just sitting on your wrist all the time. So, these watches are worth like $100,000. And it's so cool, and you'd love the opportunity to have one and wear one, but it's like, would you? It's like, no, I don't want to get wrist cancer.
Yeah, I would put it like in a thick, like, I don't know, glass case or like whatever it takes to stop gamma rays. So
you can get those special glass things that stop.
Yeah, just put that in like entombed, and then put that on the mantle or something, and then you can even check it for radiation. They have the technology. We get a little Geiger counter on it. Mm-hmm. See what makes that cool like Chernobyl hissing clicking sound.
Yeah,
and then you can tell people, invite people over, like, what's the radiation like that? Oh, not great.
Oh man,
terrible.
I could talk about this. I want to get uranium glass. We'll save that for another episode.
Yeah, and watch Chernobyl. Great show.
Okay. Next up here, it's snack time.
Snack time. Time for manger.
So we got a snack here that we picked up. I had never seen this before, and Terry told me that apparently this is something that you can't really get in the U.S. They had this apparently in the 80s or something.
Maybe like briefly.
They briefly had it, but they don't anymore. And that is Nestlé Aero.
Aero. I think this is a Commonwealth snack, so I think they do have this in the U.K.
I always thought this was like a way that they were trying to like stretch the chocolate. So like, how can we make a chocolate bar with less chocolate? And like, we'll fill it with bubbles. And then they market it as being special because it's like bubbly and airy. It kind of melts in your mouth. So
I mean, that is like, I guess is a...
I think that's the business. They're like, how can we make a chocolate bar this big but only use half the chocolate? Like, let's fill it with air.
The cynical explanation. It could be a happy thing. It's like, oh, by the way, you get more volume per year.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, this is the strawberry edition. It's called Scoops. Yes. So it's got this, like, you see here, this bubbly chocolate, and then on top there's like a dome with some red stuff in it. Choco strawberry. I hate when they use the word choco. That makes me think it's not chocolate.
Choco. Yeah, but anyway, Sullivan's, I know you're up in Scotland. They have an Aero there, so there you go. They do have it in the old country.
In the Commonwealth.
And Stephen up there in Wisconsin has never heard of it.
Strawberry aroma as soon as you open it.
Very strawberry. No radiation here. Yes, 3.6 Radium. Not great, not terrible. I just want to keep
It's not great. Yeah, but it only goes to 3.6.
I love that, man. What a great thing. So this is kind of like a new Aero. This one looks a bit more.
Yeah, it's very bulbous. Normally they're not so like that.
It's very bulbous.
Hold on, can we get it in focus here? What does it say on here? Oh, it just says Aero.
I imagine it says Aero. Yeah.
I don't have my knife.
I'm just gonna break off. Are you gonna dissect it? Or?
Fuck.
Oh, Lord Almighty! Don't drop the chocolate.
I dinged it.
There's only a little dropped. Only a little dropped.
Okay, we'll cut that part off. Using the denim Higo no Kami knife.
The special tool.
Okay. We'll remove this part.
I'm ready. My body is ready for this Aero. I used to have Aero a lot back in the day. Thank you very much. Okay, so
there's your piece. I'm going to take one and we're going to cut it in half.
Okay.
Just so you can get a little...
By the way, this thing melts, like, if you even so much as look at it.
Exactly. I know. The second you touch it, it's melting.
Yeah,
okay, so we'll do a little cross section here. It's not as, like, liquidy as the picture shows it to be. Okay, you ready?
I'm going all in. Cheers, everybody.
Strawberry, kind of raspberry flavor. Doesn't melt very easily, like, just not... It is a little warm in here, I will say. Yeah, the mint one is popular. But the mint one you can usually get, like, all year round. Like, anytime.
I like it.
Want more? The strawberry flavor is synthetic-y.
That's how you know it's good. Like, I'll go for another one without thinking too much. This is, of course, mass market milk chocolate by Nestle. It's like, this is not exactly farmer's market, like handcrafted chocolate bars. But for a mass market Nestle product, not bad.
It does. It's like literally slipping.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Disconnected. Reconnecting. Oh no. It actually stopped. Oh, we're back. We're back.
We're back. We broke. It was too sweet. It killed the internet over here.
Anyways.
We said Nestle. Nestle's long, sticky hand reached out and touched us. Yeah, they held the trigger. They put their finger on the trigger. Waited for us to say something.
Don't say anything bad.
I'm not saying anything bad about the Nestle Corporation.
The Nestle people, those guys are they're low key like an evil Canadian corporation. I feel like.
I thought they were Swiss.
Well, I don't know. In Canada, they're evil. I don't want to talk about it too much, but all I heard is they're maybe not the best company for the environment / people.
I think everybody has. There's no secrets there. People know what's going on.
Yeah. Anyways.
People know what's going on.
This candy bar was okay.
Pretty good.
There you have it. The Aero Scoops.
Pretty good. I enjoyed it. Nice chocolate. Nice milk chocolate there. I mean, yeah, of course, we're all like dark chocolate eyes there, but yeah, I would say that's quite an enjoyable candy and a great way to kind of like wrap up our little show there. So, of course, before we sign off for the evening, just going to say a big thank you to everybody out there who just joins us for all these shows. So, huge thank you for, engaging with us, engaging with each other, being part of the community and like creating this community there. So, thank you.
And please come to the events. Visit us at the Royal Cheese.
Paris.
Visit us in New York next month.
New York.
I look forward to seeing you there. And until next week, we'll see you guys 7 p.m. Eastern Time right here. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.